You may notice some power plays this week. So rather than getting tied up and attached to those, I am going to invite you to come back to self and letting go of the need to control. Welcome back. This is Jessica Loper, and this is your energy update and guidance for creatives for the week of April 21st. And we have our T-square forming between the Sun, Mars, and Pluto. Just a general overview to make you aware is that there may be some power plays, and I would just invite you to come back to self, because the whole point is to create stability. Sometimes things shake up a bit before they get stable, but what you can do for yourself is just notice what's going on around you, but then also pay attention to yourself. Are there areas of your life where you need to let go of some control? And maybe it's around what another person is doing. Maybe it's something to do with manifesting. Like maybe you've just been too attached to when and how something is happening. So I invite you to come back to faith, trust, patience, connecting to yourself, and let go of when and how something happens, which can be challenging at times. It's easier said than done, but it always feels better and it does bring peace. So, just something to be aware of this week. And if you do notice things going on around you with, family members, friends, politics, whatever it is, just you kind of have that knowledge in your back pocket that, like, oh, yeah, there's kind of some power plays going on. So you don't get quite as sucked into it. You can come back to yourself and your own peace much easier when you're aware that, you might notice some things. Okay. So, and we have a card for this that I pulled. So today I'm using the deck Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron-Reid. And the card pulled for this energy is the Prison Waif, which represents self-sabotage and poverty consciousness. So this it comes back to what I mentioned about letting go of when and how, but also just reminding you may have been self-sabotaging. So it may be a good week for you to just kind of do an inventory of your thoughts and beliefs and reevaluate. What beliefs have you been holding on to that you're ready to change? What thoughts need to change? If you need help with your thoughts and shifting those, you can go back to my guided meditation from a few weeks ago that's around shifting thoughts. It's the only guided meditation I've uploaded on YouTube or Spotify in the last couple months, so you shouldn't have to go back too far. But that's going to be supportive if you need help with shifting beliefs. It's a good consciousness shift support as well. Okay, so this is going to help you with manifesting too. We all have thought patterns that we can consciously look at and change the way we're thinking about things. And this goes right along with letting go of when and how, because it all ties together. All right. So, another thing happening. We have Saturn is in conjunction with North Node in Pisces. So this conjunction is going to be related to your soul level growth and transformation. It could be karmic. So it's just remembering that what is meant for you will not pass you by, and that we have to take self-responsibility for our growth as well. So there may just be some things you need to look at and say, okay, why haven't I changed this? And sometimes we get addicted to suffering or addicted to a pattern that's not healthy for us, whether it's a thought or a lifestyle choice. Oh, this would be a good week to recommit. And actually that will time out really well with our new moon coming up too. So I'll come back to that in a moment, but if you can commit to your soul growth, to taking self-responsibility, to taking a look at where you need to change, and also just trusting that, you're going to come across what's meant for you. That's going to be supportive for this week. And the card that I pulled for that is the Horse King, which, interestingly enough, represents assistance and control. It's letting us know we're aligning to our destiny. So there are going to be synchronistic events. There could be certain things that you've agreed to experience, whether it is with another person or something that you achieve yourself on a soul level, and just be open to whatever opportunity comes, allowing people to help you too. Like, you may be connecting with someone this week that is supportive for you, whether it's someone that just holds space for you and listens to your ideas. Maybe it's someone who has an opportunity for you. Could be either one. Okay, so let's see. So we mentioned letting go of control, but the opposite of it, like the positive of control, is reminding you to check in and take control of the things you can control. What can you control? You control what you choose to put into your body. You can control whether you choose to move your body or not. You can control whether or not you choose to do the things that are supportive for yourself, maybe a morning ritual or daily practice of some kind. Choosing to better the relationships in your life, choosing yourself. So there are things that we can control. So I think when it comes to control, it's that balance of, like, what can you control and what can't you control? All right. Because the things you can control are the things you're supposed to be taking self-responsibility on. It's the things you can't control that we need to let go of. So hopefully that makes sense, because we kind of have two different aspects of control coming up in the same week. Okay, so you're also probably going to gain some clarity on next steps. So we have our new moon, which is actually not till Sunday, depending on what part of the world you're in, but I'm in the US, and it looks like it'll be April 27th, and we have new moon in Taurus. This is going to be a good time to recommit to your goals. So do the work this week. Feel what's needed. And by do the work, I just mean like the self-work, right? Which doesn't always have to feel like work. Sometimes it's self-care, sometimes it just shows up in different ways. But taking the self-responsibility for your choices, I consider that doing the work, So I guess what I'm trying to say is, when I say do the work, I don't necessarily mean checking boxes off some big long to-do list, okay? Sometimes doing the work is just, self-reflection. And that's going to put you in a position to where you're ready for this new moon. You're going to be ready to recommit to your goals, to make a plan. I talk about making plans all the time because I feel like plans are things we always continuously reevaluate what's working, what's not working, right? So I know you guys hear me talk about making a plan all the time. At some point, you're like, are we going to just stop making the plan? I don't think so. I think it's a constant reevaluation. I think that's just part of life. Let's see. So, if you need an essential oil that is supportive for you this week, I'm feeling like frankincense would be a good one. It's the oil of truth, and I think it's just going to be a good one for letting go of any lower vibrations and just helping you to connect more with your body on a soul level, especially since we have that Saturn North Node conjunction. I feel like frankincense is going to be a supportive one for that one if you want an essential oil to work with. And I have an announcement, actually. I am going to be starting up a Discord channel again that is for creative impact. So if you're creating something whether it's a business, creating in the home, giving back, just tapping into your creative energy. That group is going to be available. I'm doing that kind of like as an alternative to a Facebook group. So if you're not familiar with Discord, it's just going to be a space for a group. They call the different groups channels. So instead of a group, it would be called the channel if you're not familiar. Okay, so it'll be Creative Impact, and that will officially start May 1st, but you can join now. It is free. I am going to have some pay what you want type trainings in there in the future, but I want it to be available to anyone who needs it, who needs this support in creating. And we're going to get into some more hands-on things in there as far as like actual brainstorming and specific steps to take in your creative processes and planning. So if that is calling you, you can definitely join, and I'll share more on that later, but I just need to start talking about it so that by the time we start, we have a few people in there. And then I probably won't do a live training till end of May or beginning of June, but there will be some live stream in there. And this weekly energy update is available on Spotify and YouTube at this time. So I will be back next week. And just quick recap this week: pay attention to power plays, let go of the need to control the things that you can't control, and take the self-responsibility and control what you can control. Make those choices, do the work, and really tune in and work with yourself so that you are in a good position to recommit to your goals or whatever comes up for you around new moon. Okay, take care.